I will be discussing my leadership experience at the Royal Canadian Air Cadets within the 800 Black Force Squadron. During my time as a flight sergeant, I had the opportunity to mentor younger cadets, organize training sessions, and lead large scale events. I will focus on one of my key experiences planning and executing a weekend field training exercise for over 150 cadets, highlighting the responsibilities I undertook and the skills I developed through this role. So this is my data summary. My experience was leadership within cadets, who I was directly reporting to several officers and mentioned personnel, including but not limited to the captain, lieutenant, and officer cadet. I had the duties of informing the cadets about their roles, the means of getting them to and from the camp, and confirming that they all brought what they needed for camp for a total of 150 cadets within the age groups of 12 to 18 years old. It was my responsibility to look after and supervise the younger cadets, coordinate training activities, and enforce the squadron standards while being a flight sergeant in the Royal Canadian Air Cadets 800 Black Force Squadron. I conducted a one weekend FTX for 150 cadets. So where did this take place? The FTX took place at Blackdown Cadet Training Center at Borden, Ontario, Canada. The area was quite harsh in some cases, but this allowed us for teaching of survival skills such as constructing shelters, making fire circles, and navigation using maps and compasses. The FTX occurred in the course of a single weekend in May of 2023. Planning and coordinating all logistics included cadet scheduling, rotations through activities, and transport, and all equipment had to be done within approximately 4 weeks. The FTX was a compulsory role in the training of the cadets, aiming at providing skill practice and a live environment for young aspiring cadets. It is for this reason I was responsible for task accomplishments for cadets, motivating the cadets, and facilitating teamwork with a large group of people when faced with the pressure of performance testing. How? I was engaged in scheduling problems which I had to solve by bringing changes to the schedules so that activities could be rotated. In an orienteering exercise, when one of the cadets lost direction, I immediately mobilized a search team and ensured the safety of the others. Information exchange was kept up through reports and radio openings. So next I'm going to talk about my leadership. So I'll just give you a quick definition of leadership and what I understood from course concepts. Leaders and followers operate on an equal playing field, with each role contributing uniquely to the team's success. As a leader, it's essential to remember that you're not the center of attention, but a guide who provides knowledge, direction, and encouragement to your team. By fostering open communication and creating a positive work environment, you empower everyone to collaborate towards a shared goal. So in my leadership experience with the Royal Canadian Air Cadets, I had many opportunities to embody this philosophy myself. One example was when I was organizing the field training exercise for over 150 cadets. As the lead, I collaborated with my peers to plan events, leverage their expertise, while also mentoring the junior cadets and contributing to my own knowledge. This experience taught me the value of collective input and teamwork in achieving success. Now, moving on to followership. As a young cadet in the Royal Canadian Air Cadets, one of my earliest experiences with followership came during drill practice. I was part of a flight preparing for an important parade, and my role was to focus on executing movements with precision. While following the commands of the flight sergeant that was ahead of me, I paid close attention to their instructions and observed the more experienced cadet to refine my form and my timing. This experience taught me the discipline of working as part of a cohesive team and the importance of trust and respect for leadership. Skills that would later influence how I led others during drill practice as a senior cadet. Now I'm going to be talking about the KSPD model, which stands for No See, Plan, Do. So this is a practical framework for approaching leadership tasks, whether it's leading a team or organizing an event. Each step in this framework helps guide the decision-making process. During my time as a flight sergeant in the Royal Canadian Air Cadets, I applied this process to various challenges and situations, and it's become one of my go-to strategies for leadership. Before any major event like an FTX, I thoroughly understood the logistics, capabilities of the team, and potential challenges. This allowed me to make better decisions and anticipate issues before they escalated. I visualized how events would unfold, identifying potential problems and adjusting plans in advance. Sharing this vision with cadets helped them understand how their roles fit into the bigger picture. Plan. Detailed planning was essential for events like drill competition. We broke down each element, ensuring everyone knew their responsibilities and preparing for contingencies. Do. Execution isn't just following the plan, it's adapting when things change. During the field training exercise, we had to adjust unforeseen challenges like weather, ensuring we stayed on track to meet our goals. Next is SLC. So I'm going to start with Model the Way. I believe that leading by example is one of the most important aspects of leadership. As a flight sergeant myself, I always ensured that my actions aligned with the standards I expected from others, whether it was maintaining a polished uniform or performing drill movements with precision. I made it a priority to set a strong example for younger cadets to follow. Inspire a vision. I found that a clear and compelling vision motivates others to work hard towards a common goal. For example, when organizing a field training exercise, I shared my vision of creating an enriching and memorable experience for all 150 cadets. By communicating this vision, I inspired my team to bring it to life with an enthusiasm and dedication. Challenge the process. I'm always looking for ways to improve processes and take on challenges. During a training session, I noticed that the event schedule could have been more efficient. I proposed changes that optimized the time spent on skill building activities and team building exercises, which helped achieve better outcomes and improve the experience for everyone. Enable others to act. Empowering others and fostering collaboration are key to effective leadership. When mentoring junior cadets, I encouraged them to step into leadership roles within their groups. I provided guidance and constructive feedback, helping them develop their confidence and skills while fostering a sense of trust and teamwork. Encourage the heart. Celebrating success and showing appreciation is something I deeply value. After the field training exercise, I made a point to personally thank each team member for their hard work and dedication. Recognizing their contributions not only boosted morale but also strengthened our sense of team. Next would be the CLC. So I'm going to start with the leadership acronym. So L stands for likable personality. As a flight sergeant in Air Cadets, I learned the importance of being approachable. A likable personality helped create a team environment where cadets felt comfortable sharing concerns. Listening and showing empathy made someone they wanted to follow, not just someone who gave orders. Exciting vision. Setting an exciting vision motivated my team to aim higher. For example, during a field training exercise, my goal was not just to get through the weekend, but to create a meaningful, unforgettable experience. This vision rallied everyone and pushed us to succeed, always thinking about the process. Leading a large event meant focusing on details. During the FTX, anticipating challenges like bad weather allowed us to adapt smoothly. Leadership isn't about the results, but ensuring the steps to get there are well thought out. Delivers results. Leaders are judged by the results they deliver. Organizing the FTX for all those cadets was a success. Thanks to thorough planning and team coordination, positive feedback from cadets and officers confirmed that we achieved our goals. Emotional intelligence. Understanding cadets' emotions was key during high-pressure situations. For example, during difficult difficult field exercises, I stepped in to support struggling cadets by offering encouragement, which helped them persevere and stay motivated. Raises the heat. Pushing cadets to step up and take on leadership roles was crucial. Encouraging them to lead smaller tasks boosted their confidence and prepared them for future responsibilities. Raising the standard for the entire team shows integrity. Integrity was essential in my role, upholding cadet values even when decisions were tough. Set a strong example whether addressing rule breaking or sticking to standards. I made sure my actions aligned with the principles I expected others to follow. Has expectations. Setting clear expectations like punctuality and teamwork helped the cadets know what was required of them by providing the necessary support. I ensured that they had what they needed to meet those expectations and succeed. Intervene skillfully. Knowing when to step in is a vital leadership skill. During the navigation exercise, I provided just enough guidance to a struggling cadet with teaching, allowing them to correct themselves and learn through experience. Prioritizes relationships. Building strong relationships within the squadron created a supportive environment. When cadets knew I cared about them as individuals, they performed better, which strengthened our overall team dynamic. Next, I'll be talking about the STILES acronym. S is for Share Your Vision. Communicating a clear vision motivated my team during field training by sharing a common goal, building skills and relationships. Cadets were more engaged and driven to work together. Teach and coach. Leading younger cadets meant regularly coaching them instead of simply correcting mistakes. I focused on helping them understand why tasks were important, building both their skills and confidence. Yell, tell, and the hard sell. In high-pressure moments, I had to take control. When cadets were tired during a navigation exercise, I gave firm, clear instructions to keep us on track. Sometimes leadership requires pushing your team to meet deadlines. Listen and engage others. Listening to cadets' concerns helped me adjust my training to better suit their needs. Engaging them through active listening fostered trust, leading to more effective teamwork. Energize and push. When morale dipped during tough exercises, I reminded cadets of the end goal, encouraging them to give their best efforts. As a leader, boosting team energy was key to completing challenges. S is simply delegate. Delegating tasks allowed cadets to take ownership of their roles. This not only empowered them but also gave me the ability to focus on bigger responsibilities, ensuring everything ran smoothly. Now I'll be talking about the FOLLOW acronym. F stands for fully engaged. As the leader organizing the FTX, I relied on fully engaged followers to contribute ideas, take initiative. For example, during setup phase, some senior cadets offered suggestions on how to arrange the campsite more efficiently. Their input improved the overall flow of the event, and I encourage open communication to make them feel like valued partners in the process. Opposed and open. I experienced this when planning the FTX schedule. A few cadets openly disagreed with the order of activities, arguing that certain tasks were impractical given the available time. While their opposition was challenging, it brought valuable perspective to light. After discussing their concerns, we adjusted the schedule to better balance training and downtime, which ultimately improved the experience for everyone. Lazy and disengaged. Some cadets adopted a passive role during the exercise, waiting for explicit instructions rather than actively seeking ways to contribute. For instance, when setting up the dining area, a few junior cadets stood by until tasks were assigned to them. While I ensured everyone had a role, this highlighted the importance of motivating and engaging every member of the team. Lone wolf. During the FTX, I noticed one cadet focusing solely on excelling in their individual tasks without collaborating with the group. For instance, they perfected their personal gear setup but didn't assist the peer who was struggling. I addressed this by emphasizing the importance of teamwork and encouraging cadets to support one another to achieve our shared goals. Opposed and underground. This was apparent after the FTX briefing when some cadets privately expressed doubts about the logistics but didn't voice them during the planning meeting. While this feedback was helpful in hindsight, it would have been more productive if shared earlier. As a leader, this experience taught me the importance of creating an open environment where cadets feel comfortable expressing concerns. W. Whatever you say. Many cadets followed my instructions without question during the exercise, which was crucial for maintaining structure and safety. However, I also encouraged them to ask questions or suggest improvements if they noticed any issues. I also encouraged them to ask questions or suggest improvements if they noticed issues. For example, one cadet pointed out a potential safety hazard in the cooking area, which we addressed quickly, showing that even implementers can contribute to problem solving. So, my leadership followership experience, I came across some questions that I personally reflected off, and I just wanted to share it. So, one question that I personally reflected on is, how did I motivate others to achieve a common goal? I motivated others by setting an example and showing genuine enthusiasm for the task. During drill sessions, for example, I stayed positive and I acknowledged others' progress, which kept the team focused and engaged. Another one I had was, how have I contributed to the success of a leader I was following? So I contributed by being proactive and reliable. For example, during a drill competition, I assisted my flight sergeant at the time by rehearsing routines with junior cadets, ensuring everyone was confident and prepared. Another question I had was, what has been my most challenging leadership experience so far, and how did I handle it? My most challenging leadership experience was definitely coordinating a field training exercise. To manage this, I delegated tasks effectively, maintained clear communication, and ensured every team member understood their role, which led to a successful event. So, my final thoughts. In conclusion, these leadership principles, from having a likable personality to delivering results and showing integrity, are not just abstract concepts. They are practical, actionable steps that I've lived through as a leader in the Air Cadets. These experiences have shaped the way I lead and interact with others, and I believe they will continue to guide me in future roles, both in and outside of cadets. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I really enjoyed the OL201 class.